Let's see, how do I... I guess I do it like that. Good morning. Gotcha. Welcome to the stream. Now, how do I get the the text to show up on the stream here? I'm sort of new to OBS. I'm trying to figure out how this works. Oh, it is there. Okay. So then, can I add like a background to it? Make this a little bit smaller. Let's see. Properties. Font. Maybe there's like a background color I can add. No, that's the color of the text. How would I add a... Oh, there is a background color. Gradient. Oh, background opacity. Here we go. So if I do something like that, that should put it on screen, right? So that they would see this. Yeah, there we go. I think that's good. All right. So that should be on my desktop now, or at the bottom of the stream. Okay, that looks pretty good. Good enough. So, for anybody watching the stream in the future, and for Gatya, who got here super early, I am going to be doing some DM prep today. I run a Dungeons & Dragons game. We've been running, or I've been running Rise of Tiamat for the past 3 years at this point. We're nearing the end. So as we get into chapter 14, which is the Council of Metallic Dragons, the book describes the council as a role-playing opportunity, a social challenge, essentially, for the party to try to convince the Metallic Dragons to work with the Council of Waterdeep and with them to unite their forces against Tiamat and the Cult of the Dragon. And the social stuff in this chapter is very well described, but there's no combat of any kind. At the end of the chapter, they're supposed to level up, and my players just hit level 11. So before they hit level 12, I wanted to give them at least a little bit more in terms of combat to play around with. So I decided that Protanther, the gold dragon, who is the head of the Council of Metallic Dragons, and who the book describes as sort of unwelcoming and skeptical of humans and elves and dwarves and anyone who's not a dragon. I decided he would issue them a challenge before even deigning to meet with them. And I went on DM's Guild, and I found this module, the Elemental Trials Lightning. This is a copper bestseller. It's got 2 5-star reviews. It's by Calder Schweitzer, and I purchased the module for $5, downloaded it and read it, and it looks really good. It's got a great level of challenge given the character levels that I'm playing with, and I'm going to be able to slot it right into my campaign. So today I'm going to be working on setting this up to run in Roll20. Joe Mako, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for your videos on Satisfactory. So much fun to follow along with your guides. Thank you for being. Thank you for the compliment. I hope you don't mind, but I've decided to change things up a little bit. I'm going to be doing some Dungeons and Dragons DM prep today instead of Satisfactory, but we'll probably get back to Satisfactory tomorrow. Anyway, I'm running this game tonight, and I want to set this up for them to run. I'm not sure whether they'll actually get here, but I prefer to do a bunch of prep ahead of time. So anyway, if you're interested, I've put the link to this module in the description for this stream, so you can go check this out. DM's Guild is a great resource, similar to Drive-Thru RPG. There's a lot of cool modules here. And really, I found this just by searching for trial and kind of browsing through a bunch of stuff. There are a lot of great modules, lots of adventures and content from incredible authors on the site. And I picked this one, and having read through it, it looks like it's going to be a good run. So if we check out the actual PDF, there's some information about running the trial and some introductions to a little bit of lore here, and then we get to the first chamber. So the first thing I need to do is get the maps. So I'm going to grab these maps, and let's see. So I think, so this is the starting chamber here, and then and then there's 3 doors. So is there a version of this map without the letters on it? No. Okay, so I might have to do some work to hide this. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up the map. Gotcha. Errol, Cassie, Ix, and Frank are my 4 players, and we want to make sure that they don't spoil the dungeon for themselves. Jaco, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you again. If you're gonna stream, I'll definitely I'll come by and watch. That'd be cool. All right, so I want to grab this map and kind of set it up for myself to be able to use. So we're gonna start out by taking a screenshot here, and let's go over to paint.net and start a new file. Okay. So let's grab this chunk here and clean it up a little bit. Let's see. What is this? 1920 by 1080. There we go. All right. So let's stick this. This is the entrance and the start of the chamber. So we'll come in here and we'll kind of we'll start out by hiding these items. So let's do that much. We'll grab this block here, copy and paste it, so we can hide the DM directions. We'll do like, oh, this one's slightly different height, so that's not going to work. Let's grab this one instead. The nice thing about having a dungeon built out of tiles like this is you can kind of just copy and paste things, and it just works. Let's put another one here. Okay, so we need to, for this, we're going to need to have another layer so that we can erase part of this. So let's stick that there. And then let's set the layer opacity. So we kind of come in and delete what we need to delete. So we'll delete this. Actually, we'll just delete everything up to here, except for this chunk that is going to cover up the arrow. Okay. So now if we put our opacity back, now we've gotten rid of the arrow mostly. There's a little chunk here, so I think we'll just use the clone stamp tool. Oh, we gotta go down a layer. Get rid of that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we'll do the same thing for C and D. Okay. I was looking at your videos and found that you used face camera. Why don't you use it anymore? I feel like the face camera didn't add a lot to my old streams. I don't know, I might set it up again someday. But if I was going to do it, I would want to do it right. So I need to get good lighting and a green screen. And I haven't done that yet. So at some point in the future, I may bring the face cam back. But for now, I think my voice narrating what I'm doing in the game is kind of enough. Yeah. All right, so let's grab this and bring you over here. And that's gonna, that mostly hides that one. And then we'll come and grab, let's see, we don't want, I guess we'll grab you. Pop you over this arrow here. That's basically good enough. We'll come down and do this guy. I'm going to switch to this tool to grab the edges. There we go. Pop you there, like that. And then let's grab this one over here and pop you down on that. And we're going to need to delete a little bit again. So let's actually put that on a new layer, like so. We'll change the transparency. And we can delete a little bit of this. There we go, that looks good. Set the transparency back. And now we just have this little bit over here. And this, I think we can get rid of with just grabbing this corner like this. Oh, I'm on layer 2. Hang on, let me do this again. No, that's not going to do it. Okay. Let's instead grab the bottom chunk of this, I guess. Something like this. That looks pretty good, except for this little, well, no, that's fine. Okay. So now we've got the start of our dungeon map. We've gotten rid of a few DM-y kind of things. And if we come over here, room B, this is one of the rooms that we're going to need to work with. This one looks pretty much fine the way it is, but let's go ahead and grab what we need from here. So he's got the grid a little messed up. We're going to need to fix that because you want everything to line up. So let me come back over and let's do a new layer. And we're going to do a grid. So one of the nice things about Paint.net, it's got all these plugins, and I've got one here that builds a grid. So we want to get pretty close to what we already have here. These are usually built 60 by 60. It looks like that's not quite the case here, maybe, or maybe it is. If we come back to the background and move things around, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to move the whole thing. So it's not quite 60 by 60, but we can scale it out. Let's do it like this. And now if we go like that, that's looking close on the horizontal. I think we need to go like that. And then like this. Hopefully what he's built here are squares. Yeah. Okay, so that's close. And then if we move it like that, and then stretch it out like this. All right, so now we've got, I think, 60 by 60 set up. No, not quite. Not sure how he did this. Do I need to go less or more? Let's see. So if I go like that, there we go. I think that's pretty close to 60 by 60. So now we have a foundational grid to work with to line things up. So we've got our doors there, door there. Okay, so this is starting to come together. I'm going to go grab the next chunk of room here. And we don't need this long corridor, really. We can just kind of grab this much of it. And let's pop this on the left. Now, it does look like we're not quite large enough here. So I think we need to resize this for a bit. Let's go twice as big for now. Maintain aspect ratio. We'll just bump this up to 2160. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to need to get rid of this grid and re-render it. Effects, grid. Where's the grid? Render grid. We've got a 60 pixel grid set up. Okay, that's good. Now we can just come back down here and make sure this is aligned. Looks like it still is. All right. So we're going to paste the next chunk of the dungeon. That's going to come over here like this. We want to make sure this is aligned with the grid as well. So it's a little bit off the way he's drawn the connection. Actually, that looks close. Oh, that's right. We scaled this, didn't we? All right. So let's get it scaled first, and then we can connect it up. So if we get the upper left corner like that, then we're going to need to stretch this out to, let's see, out to like there, I think. That looks right. And then vertically, is that right? It's a little bit off now. Yeah, the scaling doesn't work quite the way I want it to. It goes like that. There we go. And then we'll bring this down like, oops, that's way too much. If you want, you could try to make this a do not watch sentence red. It'll be more visible. That's a good idea. We can do that, I think. If we go to properties, we can change the color here. Something like that. What does that look like? So it stands out a little bit more on the clear background of paint.net, I think. Well, hopefully by now they've turned off whatever they might have been watching this on. All right, let's get this going again. So it should be pretty close to a square here. So we had this lined up like that, and that looks good. I think we've scaled it correctly. So now we'll bring this over here, connect it up like so. And there's a little bit of a weirdness here. So to fix that, I'm just going to grab two of these. Oh, now this is not lined up correctly, actually. So what did I made a mistake somewhere. Let me reselect this. Seems like it needs to be wider than it is. Like that, and then like this, I think. Maybe even a little bit more, just like that. There we go. That's right. Actually, that gray square in the middle is pretty helpful. Okay, so now we've got our second room sized and aligned. I do want to get rid of this B. So let's see, how can I do that? I think I just grab four of these tiles from somewhere and paste them. So let's grab these four, I suppose. See if they work. Actually, it needs to be four from like here. I think these four will work. So we're going to grab these four. Like this. Copy and paste and drag you over here. That's mostly, yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we've got our second room set up. We need to now do our third room. I think I want to move this down now. Let's do that. Let's bring the grid back. And then on the background, we'll move all of this. And let's real quick fill in our white or our base level. And then we will paste you lower down. Post you in the bottom left corner here because there shouldn't be any more below or any more to the left. So if we can get this lined up, like so. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. Next up, we got to go grab the next piece of the map, which is, let's see, do I have it on screen at the moment? I don't. Okay. Let's go back to the PDF. Okay, so here is the next chunk. Let's grab this. Like that. Okay. We'll grab this room. One should be enough, like that. Okay. Then we'll come over here, and I think I'll add another layer to do the sizing, just so we can copy and paste easily. Let's pop that down something like here, and let's get the stretching done. So we want the top left corner like that, and then, yeah, the problem is it kind of stretches things out a little bit from where you start, so you kind of have to do it a couple times to get it right. I'm using this little chunk as my kind of guide point, and then kind of stretching it until the other pieces fit correctly. So this is close. Kind of go like that, and then like that. Maybe a little bit more that way. And that looks pretty good. Okay. So let's now drag this over and connect it up. Okay. So yeah, this bit here is close but not quite right. It's not quite stretched enough vertically. The connection there is fine though. So what we can do, what can we do? Let's see. Yeah, this is sized correctly now. I think this one somehow got away from me a little bit. It's not quite right. But what I can do is just stretch a couple tiles here like that, and that'll give me what I need. So if I go and grab, let's bring this down. We go grab these two like this, and then come up here and pop it over top like that. That should line up correctly. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so there's room A, room C, and room B, C, and then we'll put D in. I do want to cover up this letter real quick. I'm not going to need that to run, and I don't want my players to see it on their map. So let's grab another block or two. Let's see. Is there a good chunk of blocks we can use? Not really. There's no two verticals that aren't part of something else. I guess we'll just paste that again and see if it works. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Looks good. Okay. And then the last piece of the puzzle is rooms D and E, I suppose. So this is far to the right. I guess I'll just grab this. Print screen, come over here, and paste it here. And we will grab this whole chunk. Am I the only one watching? I hope not, but YouTube says I'm alone. I hope that someone joins later. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here, but I kind of understand. Like, I built up an audience to watch me play Satisfactory. There's not a lot of people aren't quite as interested in DM prep. I think it's a much more niche kind of affair. And really, what you're watching here is somebody messing around with a paint program to manipulate a map at the moment. So it's not even the most interesting part. So I don't blame people for not watching, but hopefully, hopefully somebody is browsing through YouTube and sees DM prep or Dungeons and Dragons and is like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Maybe I will check that out. Who knows? I'm just like, I wanted to be online sharing what I'm doing. So I need to change this to more like that. There we go. Maybe just a skosh more. There we go. And let's paste this over here. Oops. And we need to get the scaling right. So let's put the upper left corner. And we're going to drag you like so. It should be about right. We pop that there. So in the middle would be like that. Then we come down a little bit, and I think we come right a little bit or left a little bit. That's not it. Can we go out to there? That's it. Okay, there we go. So that's the scaling done, and now we can pop this on here like that. Okay. So this is going to be our dungeon map. I'm just going to polish off hiding these two items. And actually, this guy needs to go as well. Let's see. We need to hide the troll because I'm going to have a token on roll 20 for this. So let's grab this and cover him up. Looks good. And then let's grab 2 and cover up the D. The grid actually helps in selecting these tiles too. It's kind of a neat little trick. We'll pop you like, oh, it looks like maybe we grabbed a little too much here. Yeah, because of the walls. So let's do that one more time on a new layer. Like this. Get you slotted in here. And then we can set our opacity and delete a little bit. We'll delete this. And this. A little bit more here, a little bit more there. And I think we're done. Yeah. So set this back. Okay, that looks good. And then let's paste it again over here and do the same thing. Let's cut out this. That looks good. Cut out a little bit of this. A little bit of that. Okay. So if we put this back to full, that looks fine. All right, so we've got our map now set up. Let's fill in the background with some black and clean up these extra lines here a little bit. We can do that with a paintbrush, something like this. I guess I can do it actually with a rectangle. Yeah, there we go. So if I come to here, we can drag this down like so. And another one here. Like that. One more here. Let's see, we got one on the left. Clean up these lines. And those. Okay. Let's get you. Get some nice clean lines going here. There we go. Getting close here. You and you. Almost done. Okay, so there's our map. This is aligned on a 60 by 60 grid, which is going to work well with Roll20. And now we just crop it and save it. We're done with the grid layer. So let's do our crop and our save. There we go, crop that. This is probably too large at 2801, so if I go to full size, I could probably resize this down a little bit to save on image size. Let's take this down to, I don't know, just 2000 across. And if we zoom in, there's still plenty of detail. This is going to be fine for my players. It gives them what they need to walk around and move along the map and see where they are. Okay, so save as. We're going to save you as a JPG. We'll go to Flan and Maps and call this Protanthers Trial. There we go. Let me catch up on the chat over here. I don't know, because that looks very interesting, mostly for someone like me who don't know much how to use paint. Sorry for mostly, I want to say especially. Maybe for background, gray works better, like gray stone walls. Yeah, gray could work too. Yeah, it doesn't. So they won't actually see the gray parts. I'm going to put lighting borders around all of this. But you're probably right. Gray probably works better. Actually, no, that doesn't work because it's cutting into parts of the, let me bring this way down. Try it like that. Yeah, so if we do that, that actually does work. All right, so we'll save that. Protanthers Trial. Okay, looks good. So we've got our 3 rooms and the final boss battle in the middle. So with that done, I'm gonna head over to Roll20 now. Okay, so we're gonna load into my game, and we're gonna create a new map. Oh, my camera's on. Let's turn that off for now. Connect. There we go. And whenever I'm playing it, whenever I'm working on, this is a tip for any DMs who work in Roll20. Whenever I'm loading in to work on a map when I'm not actually playing, the first thing I do is always to talk to myself. So talk to myself is a command which makes messages and dice rolls will not be broadcast to others unless you turn this off. So I can do R1D20 and get a dice roll, and this doesn't show up in the chat window the next time my players load into the game. Anyway, that's a quick tip. Let's create a new page here. We'll call this Protanther's Trial. And we'll move over here. We're going to do some settings here. I'm not sure. Let's see. This is a wide map. I think we'll set this to 50 for now and then reset it after we've got the map loaded on. We want to turn off Fog of War. And we want to turn on dynamic lighting. Now, according to the PDF, yeah, there's nothing about darkness. I think it doesn't say in particular. There's no description of lighting. So I think we will turn on daylight mode here. I think it's okay to give them visibility. So essentially what this means is that all of the map has daylight, and the only thing that the lighting mode is going to do is allow us to block what they can see based on the geometry on the map. Now, why is it all covered in gray still? Didn't I turn this off? Turned off Fog of War. Oh, I don't have a light source on. Wait. Dynamic lighting on. Daylight mode on. Save settings. I feel like it shouldn't be all gray here, but whatever. Let's go to the map layer. We're going to upload our new map. Maps. Protanther's Trial. Are you playing with your friends or viewers? I'm playing with a group of friends that I started this campaign at the start of COVID, about back in 2020. So we've been playing, I guess, 2 years. This campaign I've been running. Yeah. All right, so we'll go into maps and drag this in here. There we go. And then let's sort A to Z. And let's drag this onto, where's P? Here we go. Okay. So here's our map. And we want to stretch it out. We can get a good close layer by putting in the pixel size. So 2000 by 909. That gets us pretty close to the grid, I think. Let's see. No, I think we messed this up. So that's not 60 by 60. That looks more like 30. That looks more like half. So let's, well, I guess we just stretch it out until it fits. Now I am uncertain as to why it's gray at the moment. It really shouldn't be. That's not what I wanted to do. I've done so much of this, you'd think I understood how this works by now. Oh, right, it's 70, not 60. Oh, well. Background, cell width, color, opacity. That's the grid. GM darkness opacity. That's what it was. Okay, let's set that to 0. There we go. Okay. Now we're making more sense. All right. We can use this guy over here to kind of line things up. So if we put the top left corner there, like this, and then Let's zoom out. Let's drag the bottom right corner until things look right. I think that's close. Yeah, okay. Let me do a little something like that. Okay, so we've got, I think we've got the up-down dimension right, but the left-right is off. So it looks like we need to go a little bit more like that. No, not quite. That one. There it is. Okay, so that's the scaling that we need. Now we just position it in the upper left, like so. And let's see, top to bottom. Things are, nope, still not quite where I need it to be. Let's drag you like that. Nope, that's too much. So if we come like that. So I'm using the Alt key to get a precise, so let's see. It's still not quite right. It's pretty close though. I think that's good enough. And then left to right, if we go over to the other side, yeah, it's pretty close at the moment. We could drag it just a skosh this way, like that. And then maybe just a skosh this way, like that. Okay. So I think the map is now aligned. Looks good everywhere to me. Except I think I've put it in the wrong corner here. So this should be more like that. Yeah. Let's move it up one, actually. So let's go like this. Okay, I think that's it. All right, so now the map is set up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 extra tiles of height. So we come in here and reduce the height by 4. And then, why did that not? There we go, clipped it out. Okay, and then on the right, we've got 3 extra tiles. And there would be a little bit of white, but that's fine. I'm the only one who will see that. There we go. Okay, so next up we're going to do the lighting layer to block sight through walls and obstacles. Do you know that I've never seen any haters in your comments? That's why you're a good YouTuber. It's so good you don't have any haters. Hey, thanks, gotcha. I mean, I'm so small that like nobody's gonna, like the trolls go to where there's lots of people so that they can get the reaction they're looking for. I think if I grew my audience over time and got, a couple thousand subscribers, you might start to see some haters. That's certainly possible, I think. But I do appreciate that so far all the feedback has been positive and, kind. I really like that. Strife, welcome to the channel. Good to see you again. D&D, yeah, I'm a dungeon master. I run a game. I've been running Rise of Tiamat for the past 2 years. So today I thought I'd change things up and throw this prep session up on screen, just to change things up, give my viewers a little something different, another little taste of Josway. So I'm setting up a dungeon, a small mini trial that my players are going to have to face. Okay, so lighting layer is easy. We just go to dynamic lighting, and then we get the polygon line control. This is going to be a wall, and we're going to set I like to use something that stands out really easily for the walls. So we're just going to go around the outside now. We're going to go all the way around the entire dungeon for the outer wall. And this just makes it so that they cannot see through the walls. Wherever there's a line, it's going to block line of sight for the players. You just go around the outside to start with the line tool. You want to be careful not to make a mistake because I don't know of a way to undo a click. So you just want to get it right the first time, but fortunately it's not that difficult. Up to here. And then we close it by clicking where we started. Like that. Okay, so we'll test this out. I've got a character called Observer. Oops, where are you? Observer, let's stick you in here. And if you hit Control L, you can see from that character's perspective. So this is what a player would see if we were on the token layer. Oh, I put him on the wrong layer. Hang on. You don't belong here. We'll put you on the object layer instead. Okay. So this is what a player would see as they're moving around the dungeon. Line of sight is blocked by walls, which is good. And we don't have any major cracks leaking light through anywhere, so that's good. Okay. So now we will switch back to the lighting layer. And for these obstacles, we'll add a few more lines. So the idea here is that they can't always see what's going on everywhere in the dungeon. So we'll have a line here. And for these ones that don't connect, you can finish a line just by right-clicking. So adding these kind of obstacles just adds a little bit of flavor to the game when you're playing. So players can very quickly identify that, hey, I can hide behind this wall and he can't see me, right? And if I come in and take a look, these provide just a little bit of cover. They can hide behind it. They can maneuver around it. They know they can't be attacked through a wall. Just adds a little bit of dynamism to the fight because it's not just a big box. There's something in there besides just a big box of arena. Dangerous putting your prep on YouTube. You may have lurking players. Well, I know them. I've been playing with them for 2 years, and I've put a big warning up on the screen asking them not to watch. So the only one who knows my my YouTube channel at the moment is Errol, and he's not a cheater. He's a DM himself, so he would, if he saw this video, he would definitely not watch it. I tried running Icefire Peak for my family, but they just weren't into it. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think D&D is an acquired taste. Honestly, I think the best way to get people into it is to have them watch a long play like Dungeon 20 or Critical Role, or or maybe even just a couple one-shots, just to get an understanding of what it is, so that they can understand like all the rules and stuff you need to learn. It's not primarily about that. It's about the story that you tell together, right? And I think once people figure that out, they get eager to participate, because then they're like, I want to be part of that. I want to tell a story. I want to jump in on that. At least that was my experience. All right, let's add a few more lines here to this room. Okay. All right, so there's the big eyeball at the end of that room. So that's the lighting layer. I think the only thing left is the doors. I'm not too... I guess I can put the doors in. I've done that before. So I use a different color for doors so that I can easily see where they are and move them on the lighting layer without worrying. And I always leave myself a little handle as well. So that'll be the first door. That'll be the second door. And that'll be the third door. Okay. So now, if we switch back to the object layer and use our observer, he can't see anything but the room that he's in, which is perfect. And we can now figure out tokens and monsters, because at this point, the map is done. So if we take a look at the PDF, the first chamber, the left chamber, is the speed trial. They have to stand on the metal plate in the center. And then motes of lightning drift out and attack them. And they have to kill, I think, 30 of them without leaving the plate. And if the motes get to the plate, they discharge some lightning damage, 2d6. Now, my players are level 11, so they have a lot of hit points. And they're going to be able to probably take out quite a few of these, but they're going to have to burn spells and things to do it. So the next thing we need is a bunch of motes with tokens to throw on the board to let them kind of try and take them out as fast as they can. I think motes are immediately killed by any damage, right? That's the way this works. Small spheres of crackling electricity. They take no actions. On each of their turns, they move 5 feet towards the steel plate. Motes have an armor class of 14 and 5 hit points each. Okay, so when I'm making tokens, I always start at 2-minute tabletop's token editor, which is incredible. I got into it watching Critical Role, and years later, I've never actually gotten to play beyond the few sessions I DM'd. Ah, that sucks. Playing D&D is a lot of fun. I love DMing too, but playing is fun. Actually, I got into tabletop after watching Baumi and his friends run a Pathfinder game. I have not seen that. You should do another video about how to create this map, because maybe some people won't think that you even show them how to do that if you do a video which title says how to make D&D map. Well, I didn't really make the map. The author of this PDF did. All I did was kind of reassemble the pieces that he provided. So this is a little awkward to use as is in the PDF, but it has all the pieces. I just kind of cut and pasted it together on my paint program. I'm sure there's people who could do it much faster and much cleaner than me too. Paint.net is freeware, and I've learned over the years how to use it. But like things like Photoshop or whatever are much more fully featured. This is the one that I know, so this is the one that I use. Anyway, my channel is a gaming channel, so I think throwing some D&D stuff up here is just fine. Let's see if okay, 2-minute tabletop does not have anything for mote. Let's try Will-O-Wisp and see what they've got for that. That might be good. Yeah, here we go. This is perfect. All right. So we'll use this token. Let's change it up to be a lightning mote by changing the colors. Get a nice, like, shockingly bright yellow color here. That's good. And then for the flare, a little bit of, we don't want fire. What color is going to make this look? Maybe the original purple. Well, let's see. What's going to be lightning-y? That's going to make it look like a fire mote. Maybe a different yellow? Something... Let's see. Maybe it's just... Hang on. Let's make this a little brighter. Just a slightly different yellow, maybe? Let's see, green, no. Maybe a little hint of blue, like super, super faint. Like if we come down here, just like the faintest hint of blue, maybe? No, that doesn't really work. I guess we'll just stick with a little bit of extra yellow there. So this one I think needs to be a little bit... This is going to be lightning. Yeah, that's pretty good. No base. There we go. Do I want no base? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so there we go. There's our moat. We're gonna have 30 of these for them to attack. So I'll just really quick come back over here and open up the downloads. So here's our moat, and what I found is that the tokens on 2 Minute Tabletop are amazing, but they're sized with way too much empty space. So we're gonna make these a little bit bigger on the screen. All right, that looks good. We'll crop it like that. Save this as Flan tokens lightning moat. There we go. Save that. Looks good. And we'll come back over to Roll20, and we're going to upload the lightning moat to our assets. Go to tokens, and there's the lightning moat. Okay. Now this is going to be an enemy token, and this is an elemental. We'll stick it in here. Lightning moat. There we go. Resort everything. Sort A to Z. Okay. So these guys have no actions. They just have movement. That's the final boss. Where is this? They have no movement. They just have AC 14 and 5 hit points. All right, so I don't even really need a character sheet for these. What I'm going to do is switch to the GM layer, and we're going to come over here, and each of these moats is going to get 5 hit points and AC of 14. I use the blue one. Let's do it like this. 5 of 5. There we go. So we get the nice little bar. And then we're just going to make 30 of these. So each round after they roll initiative, 10 are going to drift out of the walls and start moving towards them 5 feet at a time. So they have to kill 30 in 3 rounds or take damage if they can't. But if they kill all 30, they beat this first trial. So the first trial is about speed, and the idea is like 10 of these show up. They get 1 turn to kill all 10. If they don't, so they're going to start here. They're going to move, and if they get to there, they discharge. I think that's almost. I think I might give them 10 feet of movement. I really want them to challenge my players, and if they move too slowly. So they come out of here, on their turn they drift 10 feet in. So so basically they get 1 turn to kill 10. I might have them kind of, it depends on how well they do, but like if they use their spells, they should be able to take out 10 of these in a turn, although if I spread them out, maybe not. Because their area effect spells have big radiuses. Like they have radius 20 spells, but if they hit themselves, this room isn't that big. Maybe I will limit it to 5 feet of movement per turn. Because once there's 30 of these in here, it could get pretty chaotic. They'll probably take out, let me think. Errol can take out 3. Frank doesn't have ranged. Cassie can take out 2. She rolls well. So they can take out half easily with 2 of the players. And the other 2 have spells, but they would have to use them to take out. I'm not sure what area effect spells they have. They got a couple. Frank has Wall of Fire. That could take out a bunch. But yeah, they have to burn through a bunch of spells in this room if they want to take everything out. So maybe 5 feet is enough. I think the first round, maybe they'll move 5 feet. No, I'm going to give them 10 feet. I'm going to rush them. I'm going to force them to play hard. All right, so we're going to need 30 of these things. Let's copy and paste, and paste, and paste, and paste. So there's 5. And then there's 10, 15, 20. Let's move you guys around a little bit. There's 2 there now. Okay. There we go. Actually, I should have done it this way from the start. So there's 10. Oops. Let's paste you there. There's 20. And there's 30. Okay. So they have to kill 30 of these to beat the trial. And any of the creatures that reach the plate are going to discharge and hurt them. Is there one off screen there that I missed? I think there's now one of these motes floating off screen that I can't get to. Oh well. Okay, so these guys are going to come out of the walls at different places. Let me grab one more here that I can actually see. So we got to distribute them around. So the first ones will come out, let's see, like so. The first 30 will come out around here, different places around the map. Let's do one there, do one there, and we'll have one more, I guess, there. So let's move you like that, maybe move you down here. They'll pop out of the walls like this and start drifting towards the center. And then we'll have the second set ready to go, kind of on a different arrangement. Over here like this, something like that. So by the time the second round comes, if they haven't killed all 10 from the first round, this map is going to be littered with these things. It's going to be a little bit intimidating. And then I'll do the last row, I guess, like... No, I'll do the last row in the game. Okay, so if we switch back to the object layer, they can't see any of these yet because these are all in the GM layer. But once they're standing on the thing, I'll have them roll initiative, and then the first 10 come in, and then as soon as one round is complete, the next 10 come in, and then on the third round, the last 10 come in. And they have to kill all of them to beat the trial, the first of the 3 trials. And if any of these actually reach the plate, they discharge 2d6 into everybody standing on the plate, which is an average of 7 damage, but which isn't much at the level that they're playing at. But if they're slow, you know, if 3 or 4 of those get in there, then we're starting to get up there. That's, you know, 20, 25 hit points or so. Strife asks, do you prefer R20 or in person? I've actually only played a handful of times in person. I didn't really get into Dungeons and Dragons until COVID was sort of getting going. And then at that point, I was going to a game shop. I think I went to like 2 or 3 games and played in person. Somebody else was running Descent into Avernus. So I got to play a couple sessions of that, and then like everything was shut down and nobody could go anywhere anymore. So I've really only played on Roll20, but I've enjoyed it very much. I've quite liked it. Okay, so that's room B done. That's the speed room. If we go to the power room, standing in the center of the chamber is a yellow-skinned troll. Written on each face of the right-angled walls is a poem. And then it's just an ordinary troll, but with a special regeneration feature. So this is easy. I already have a troll token. I believe they're giants, right? Oh, this is assets. Let's see, if I go into enemies and giants, there should be, no? Should have a troll in here. Oh, I archived him, okay. So there's just a troll standing here. But trolls, I think we're gonna give him, because my team is level 11, troll 5e, we're gonna give him a little extra bit of hit points. So their maximum is 8d10, 80 plus 40 is 120. So we'll give him the max. And then plus 7s are pretty good. Do we want to give him anything else? No, we'll just stick with giving him the maximum number of hit points. That's going to be challenging for them. they're going to have to burst this down. That's the challenge of this room, is that he gets back all his hit points every turn unless they hit him with acid or fire, in which case he gets back half. So if I put him at 80 plus 40, if I put him at 120, that's a good challenge for them. So we'll put him at 120. Yeah. Okay, so that's the second room. And then the third room, they have this eye thing. Let's see. Yeah, the eye just has an armor class of 15 and 1 hit point. And they can only get it with surprise. If the eye spots a creature, a bolt of lightning will shoot from its pupil, dealing 2d10 lightning damage and pushing the creature back into the antechamber, forcing them to start over. Yeah. So, I think we do need a creature really quick. So I'm going to grab my, let's see. I have a enemy template. We're going to duplicate this. And then we're going to call this eye thing. Let's say that. So you're going to be we'll just make you a commoner for now. And then we will edit you to have a +10 to perception. 10. There we go. So I can roll perception on it. And what else does it need? It's got 15 armor and 1 hit point. Okay. So hit points are 1 and AC is 15. Not that this really matters. And then it's got a lightning eye attack that does 2d10 lightning damage. Okay. Let's delete. Let's change this to lightning beam. This is going to do 2d10 lightning. Okay. And then we need we just need an eyeball kind of token, something. Eyeball. The eyeball from the web. Here we go. This will work. Okay, so we'll drag that on there. Well, this represents character eye thingy. There we go. Then this is going to be NPC HP. No, it's just going to be HP. That's right. So 1 of 1. And then this is NPC AC 15. Okay. And all right, so now if I click on you, I can do perception, right? There we go. Yeah, +9. This is going to be tough for them. They don't have a really good stealth character. So I think we will edit this to be... we don't need to query advantage. We just roll straight rolls. Right? And we can go public. All right, so now I can just do, let's see, I don't need any of these abilities. I just need skill. It doesn't have initiative. I don't need quick info. It doesn't make saves. And the only action it has is the lightning beam. Oops, that's the wrong one. Lightning beam. Okay. There we go. So 1 hit point, 15. Oh, this is wrong. This should be here. NPC AC. You're nothing. I think. Sure, I'll give it a nameplate. They're never actually going to see this thing. Or I guess it could be here. Yeah, why not? Sure, we'll make you large and we'll just cover this up like this. That's kind of cool, actually. That's better than the map on the art. And it's got one ability, Lightning Beam, which does 12 and teleports them back. That's good. And then we can run perception checks. Because that's the only two things this thing does. Okay. Ooh, that's a bad one. It's a natural one. Okay, so with that, the only thing left to do is the final boss. So after they pass all three trials, they come back here, this statue comes to life, and they have to defeat the statue. So the last guy is Fulman Aspect of Lightning, medium elemental, true neutral. So the way that this is described, it was like an elf, I think, the statue, right? Elf cast in gold, wide stance, one hand pointed skyward, short hair, stands on end, crowning a face with sharp features. His dress is functional, tight-fitting clothes. His shirt has a large lightning bolt. Okay. So pretty much any elf token will do here. And then we just have to build out the character. He does have some cool stuff. He's got spells. He's got legendary actions. He's got some cool actions too. So let's go back to 2-minute tabletop and pick an elf token for this. So let's go ahead and I like, where's the filters? Here we go. So I want to use David. I like his art. And token tags, we want a male and we want a elf. There we go. So now we should have a male elf. Oh no, that's right. It doesn't do double tags yet. I think I can fake it though. Tag equals elf and tag equals male. I think that works. I can't remember if that actually works or not. No, it doesn't. Maybe a comma? No. All right, well, we'll figure it out. All right, so let's scroll around and see if we see somebody who looks like a good candidate for this lightning elemental. Let's see. He's kind of interesting. We'll take a look at him. Oh, look, he's actually got a lightning in his hand. We'll take a look at him. And I guess that's it for elves. There's like Ganon here. He's even named Ganon. That's funny. All right, so one of those two will work. I think this guy, he's got the lightning hand. I like it. So I use no base. Let's go to layers. Let's make him a little bit more lightning-y. So let's go into his hair, and instead of green, we'll make it shocking yellow, I think. Maybe even like a lighter white yellow-ish, if I can get that. Something like that. Okay. And then his clothing, there's his outfit. Why is it, if it's orange, why is it purple? Okay. Accent A should be, I think, white. Not quite sure what's going on with this one. The outfit doesn't seem to be working quite the way I expect it to. Oh, that's almost gold. And then the accent becomes white. Are there... Oh, there's more pieces. That's why. Okay. Let's get some bright yellow there. Accent B. Okay, and the outfit has 2 pieces. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's kind of interesting, like a super light white. Pandian, welcome back to the channel. I am working on D&D. And the folks listed below are my players, so I don't want them watching. I don't want them to see what events are going to happen to them in the game. This white is interesting. I think we yeah, there we go. So he looks like a lightning mage now, right? Or lightning elemental. Let's make this just a little bit more blue. Yeah, there we go, lighter blue. Okay, that's cool. He's starting to look like a lightning boss. And then for his hair, maybe that should also be the light blue. Like the super light blue, or... Yeah, let's make these the same. All right, so here's our lightning elemental challenge boss guy. That looks good. I give you permission to name a paladin after me. Oh, interesting. At the moment, I don't need a paladin, but I'll keep that in mind. I can name some. If I need names, folks from my stream might suddenly show up. Yeah, Strife is a good name. Pandian is a good name. Yagit, maybe. Yagit could be like a goblin. I don't know about Got yet, but Yagit could work. All right, so let's go finalize our token. I'm going to open up from downloads, and we're going to crop this in a little bit. Okay, want to be careful here not to obscure any of the lightning effect. We'll come in like that. Like that. We want this to be a square, so we might be a little bit wider than tall. All right, so this needs to be out to, let's see, 203, like that. Okay, crop this. Center him like that. Okay, so there's our boss. I'm gonna save this as, what was his name? Fullman. And you go in game tokens. Okay. We come back to roll 20, upload the artwork. Technically, he's an elemental, so we'll stick him in here with the moat. There we go. Come in there. Let's sort again. And so we're going to drag him out. Now, what's his size? He's medium, so he's not extra large or anything. So he's going to show up there once we're ready to use him and fight my party. Okay, so there's the artwork. Now we need to create a character sheet for him. And so I'm going to use my template here, because my template has all of the macros set up. They're generic at the moment, but they're easier to customize if I do it this way. And where can we start with this guy? I guess he's yeah, there's really nothing I can use other than a standard commoner. So let's just do that. Let's drag this over here and then we'll customize him. Okay, so you're going to be Fullman, and you are a medium elemental, true neutral. You have armor class of 17, and you have 192 hit points. Your speed is 40, and you've got -1 + 4, 0. Wait, sorry, 9, 19, 10. And then 20, 14, 12 for your stats. 20, 14, 12, okay. Nothing special on your saves, it looks like. And then no special skills. You do have some immunities and resistances. Passive perception 12, common primordial. Okay. So damage resistances, it looks like. Condition immunity is paralyzed. Let's do that. Can't be paralyzed. That'll be great if they try to use hold person on him. Damage resistances, piercing, bludgeoning, slashing from non-magical attacks. Piercing, slashing, bludgeoning from non-magical attacks. This is not really relevant. My party all has magic everything, but I always like to put them on the sheet. Pandian says, I used to play D&D lots when I was active duty. My son still plays occasionally. I've not played in years. I still own the first edition player handbook and DM manual. Wow. My friend Ben, well, this year he released a book. Well, yeah, he's my friend. I mean, we haven't talked in years, but he's still my friend. We went to college together. He released a book called Slaying the Dragon: Secret History of Dungeons and Dragons, which goes all into TSR and what happened between the founding of the company by Gary Gygax and the sale by Lorraine Williams to Wizards of the Coast. It's a really good book. I just finished it yesterday. Okay, so we've got that. What else? He's immune to lightning damage. So damage immunities, lightning. Condition immunities we did. Passive perception is 12. Common and primordial. It's challenge 9. Let's see. Spellcaster, intelligence. Okay, so we have to give him spellcaster. Spellcasting is intelligence, and the caster level is, it doesn't say, but there's a way to, I think, if he's got 6th level slots, then that makes him what? A 7th level caster? No. 8th level caster? I can't remember. Where are his spell slots? No, it's higher. It's higher than that. 11th level. You should have one 6th level slot. Yeah, there we go. He's an 11th level caster. Cool. Okay. He has 3 legendary actions. Does he have a reaction? No, he's got actions and 3 legendary actions. Okay. All right, so that's it for most of this up here. No skills, right? Yeah, no special skills. Okay. So now we got to drag spells on so that we have those available. Choosing from the options below, only one legendary option can be used at a time, and only at the end of a, yeah. Okay, the Fullman regains spent legendary. So I got to put in the legendary actions. Movement. Can actually copy and paste this, I think. So let's add a legendary action. Move. Fullman, aspect of lightning, moves up to his speed without provoking attacks of opportunity. That's useful for him. And then he can cast a spell up to 2nd level or lower. Okay. What is this called? Spell. Cast a spell. Casts one of his prepared spells of 2nd level or lower. Okay. So there's that. We got to do his actions too. All right, so he's got electrocute, melee +8. So let's edit this one. Electrocute, melee 8 to hit, 1 target, does 3d6 +4 lightning damage. 3d6 +4 lightning. And then there's a thingy that happens. Target must succeed on blah, blah, blah. Okay. Target must succeed on a DC 19 Constitution saving throw or be paralyzed for 1 minute. Oh, that's nasty. Repeat at each of the end of their turns. That's good for them. Let's test this. Electrocute, normal roll. 16 to attack. Let's roll with advantage. Looks good, 18. And then 13 lightning damage. And the target must... Okay, so we after the ore, it looks like I've got a problem. There we go. Okay. Okay, that looks good. We'll be lurking. I unfortunately have to work now. Yeah, he's... I think he's watching the stream or listening to the stream from work, so he's just lurking. But either way, I'm glad you're still here, Gotcha. I appreciate your presence. And then he's got this electric dash thing that he can do. Okay, electric dash, recharge 5/6. Fulman, aspect of lightning, rides a bolt of electricity forward, travels up to 35 feet in a straight line. Let's make that 40. Since he has 40 movement, it's easier if everything is the same. If he travels through the space of a creature, that creature must succeed on a DC 19 dex save or take 60/10 lightning damage or half on a success. This movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. And let's 60/10. Let's throw that in there. Okay. So if he does this action, 46 lightning damage, or 33 on a bad roll, or 30 on another bad roll, 31. Why was the first one so good? 35. What did I have? Like, I must have had a lot of, I had, yeah, 8, 8, 8, 10, 8. Okay. So 60/10, the average damage is what? 7 times 5, 35. All right, so the average is 35 damage. You know, recharge 5/6, I usually only get one of these per game, or per fight before they win. I think I'm going to dump this a little bit higher. They are a little bit higher than intended for this module. I think we're going to make this 8d6. Just a little bit more. There we go. That's more in line with, I think, level 11 characters. Yeah, I'm playing with them tonight. Now, this dungeon happens after a really big council meeting that's going to be a lot of role play. So, like, if you look at what I have set up for tonight's session, this is all the writing I have to get through before they can even start to head to this dungeon. I just want to have it prepared because they sometimes blaze through roleplay and sometimes they take their sweet time. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get through this, but we play for 3 hours. So they might get through all of this and suddenly be like, well, what are we doing now? And I need to have this dungeon ready. That's right, he's got the legendary actions. All right, so we've got his actions, his legendaries, his basic stats all set up. So the only thing left is to drag all his spells on. Right? Right. Okay. So where are his spells? Here we go. All right, so Shocking Grasp, Light, Firebolt, Mage Hand. I mean, the cantrips, you almost never use them. I'm not even going to really bother here with the cantrips. He's going to get 3 turns. So we'll start with Chain Lightning at level 6. Chain Lightning. You have 1 of your spells available. 2, 3, 3. And he probably won't go down here, but let's just fill him in anyway. Scrying, Wall of Force, Conjure Elemental. Ooh, Conjure Elemental could be good. Scrying. I don't know why he would use this. Wall of Force is great. It's a great spell. And then Conjure Elemental. He might use this on the first turn. Conjure Elemental. Let me see this. You call forth an elemental servant. Choose an area of air, earth, fire, water that fills a 10-foot cube within range. An elemental challenge rating 5 or lower, appropriate to the area you chose, appears in an unoccupied space. Having an additional action on the board is really helpful. Earth elemental rises up from the ground. I mean, he would summon a lightning elemental for sure. I might have to come back later today and think about putting together some sort of lightning elemental because I don't believe we go check out. You need to leave in about 30 minutes, but you can watch the replay tomorrow. I'm almost done here. I'm almost done setting up this dungeon. Elementals. Is there a lightning elemental? I don't think there is one by default in the game. There might be one. Let's go to monsters and filter by elemental. So air. No, elemental. And let's show advanced resist damage immunity. Let's do lightning and see what shows up. Yeah, stuff gets like real high level. Flux charger. 2 slam attacks. Uses arc lightning twice. This might be cool. I don't know why I have Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Somebody must be sharing it with me. Okay, maybe I'll have him summon this thing in to make things more interesting. Depends on how well they do with the rest of the fight. I'm going to leave this open for later. I might come back and add that in so that when he casts Conjure Elemental, this Flux Charger thing shows up to make it harder for them. So if they burn a ton of resources and their hit points are low, he won't use that spell. But if they've breezed through the rest of the dungeon, he will. He'll summon this guy in to help. So I'll build him out later. Let's finish up here. I've got Dimension Door and Greater Invisibility, both cool spells. Dimension Door and Greater Invisibility. Greater Invis. What else? Lightning Bolt and Vampiric Touch. Lightning Bolt. Vampiric Touch. And then Hold Person, Mirror Image. Why would he use Spider Climb? Hold Person. That's concentration, so probably not. You might or might not use that. Mirror Image, right? That's what it said? Yeah, okay. Mirror Image. Excuse me. Spider Climb. And what else? Misty Step, Thunder Wave Shield. Oh, that's good. Misty Step. I should remember he has that reaction. Misty Step, Thunder Wave, and Shield. That's a really good reaction spell. Magic Missile, Color Spray. Magic Missile could be deadly if he casts it with like a 5th level slot. Magic Missile. Excuse me. Where did he go? Magic Missile, Color Spray. And then he's got cantrips. Shocking Grasp, Firebolt. Those are the only 2 that matter. Shocking Grasp and Firebolt. I guess because he's an 11th level spellcaster, Firebolt will do a little bit more than like 1d8, right? $11 damage. No, that's 16, yeah. Oh, 3d10 at this level. So that's actually not bad at all for a cantrip. If he needs to, he can fire that off, although an 11 is a pretty low roll. What did he roll? A 2 plus 9? Jesus, that's crappy. I'm glad I got that roll out of the way now. All right, so there's our... Oh, no. Oh, tell me I didn't do this. I did. Yikes. Duplicate. Okay. I edited my template directly, which I should not have done. This is going to be Fullmen. And we have the art, right? We did the art, elementals, yeah. Fullman, there we go. All right, so that's Fullman, and then I have to go in and fix this now. So I have to delete all of this stuff that I did. Enemy template. Is not a spellcasting NPC. Magic caster level is 0. Is no legendary actions. And we need to delete all of these. So my template, I'm supposed to make a duplicate first. I'm not supposed to edit it directly, or that's the way I want to use it, so that I can just make a new NPC at any time I need to by copying this and get the macros. So I definitely want to get rid of this stuff. Okay, so now it should be back to normal. Okay, yeah, that's the way it should be. Okay, and now if I come down to Fullman, we can tinker with his abilities here. So let's take a look at, actually, let's make you Fullman. Right, okay. You become the HP bar. Gets 192 out of 192. And then your NPC AC. And you are passive perception, but this doesn't work anymore. So get rid of this and just call this 12. And then let's update the default token and save. Okay. So did I get the passive perception right? Yeah, passive perception 12. Okay. Last thing to do is test out the macros. So let's do the quick info. All right, so we don't need vulnerabilities. He doesn't have any. I do want to put in a note here that he has a reaction of shield, and legendary equals yep. To remind myself that he has legendary actions. So reaction shield, legendary, yep. Okay, anything else about him I want to put in quick info? We've got his AC is 17, his speed is 40, resists that, immune to lightning and paralyzed. Okay, that looks good. Actually, move or cast second or lower is a better use of this. Legendary equals move spell. And take a look at that. Save and skill we want, and then he's got 2 actions, electrocute and electric dash. Electrocute and electric dash. And then we don't need action 2 or 3. All right, so let's test the token. Here's the electrocute button. Normal roll, 23, 21, save or paralyzed, electric dash. What happened to electric dash? Why didn't that go? Electric dash. Why is that not going? That should be going. Maybe it's the space. Sometimes that causes problems. Let's do it like that. Selected. Yeah, if 0 is working, 1 should be working. Electrocute works. Why? What's broken with this? I don't know why that's not working. That should be. Just call it dash, maybe. And let's check the action. So this is an attack. This one's not, that's why. Okay. Well, no, it's not an attack, it's a spell. Huh. So for some reason, it's because it's not an attack and it doesn't have... Maybe if I move this down here. Let's do it like this. 8d10 lightning. Maybe that'll work. Okay. Why aren't you working, though? What if I slide you up like this? That's so weird. Okay, let's try that. Let's rearrange those. There must have been something weird going on with the numeration. There we go. Okay, now that's working. And that's working. Ooh, a crit. Very nice. Okay. Okay, so we've got all our buttons, quick info, initiative. All right. So we just stick him on the GM layer. And that's it. That's our DM prep. This dungeon is ready to go, ready to roll. I guess the last thing to do is drag my characters on so that they're ready to go. Heroes. We've got Errol, Cassie, Ix, and Frank. And maybe Vi. I'm not sure if he's bringing Vi along to meet the dragons or not. But when they get in here, all they're going to see is this. And they won't see this guy. He's hidden. I can see him because I'm the DM. But they won't see this guy either. They'll just see this room. And then they'll have to explore the thing and pass the tests and face the final boss. And then at the end, they get a boon if they win and the right to meet with the dragons. So the boons are cool. Where are they? Boon of Speed permanently increases the creature's movement speed by 10 feet. That's really strong. I don't know if I'm going to actually give that out. I might make that 5 feet. Allows the creature to reroll any number of damage dice once per day or get a bonus to their initiative modifier. Yeah, 10 feet is too strong. That's going to be 5 feet. And this is probably going to not be a full 5. I think this will be like a +2. But rerolling damage dice once per day is fine, as is. I think these other two are just a little bit too strong. Anyway, once again, this was the Elemental Trials of... This is my prep for the Elemental Trials of Lightning. A content available on DM's Guild for $5. So I think it's a really cool, fun trial dungeon. I like the design, and it's good for character levels 8 to 10. My party's 11, so it's easy enough to scale up the damage a little tiny bit. And actually, speaking of, I think there might be just a few more motes that show up, more than 10 per turn. That way they can move at 5. Let's do 36 instead. Yeah, let's do 12 a turn, and then they can move at 5 feet. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to add... I think I am going to do that. We're going to add 2 more to each round. So they have to kill 36 instead of 30. And then they can just move at the 5 feet that we originally that the designer originally intended. So I need 2 more on the first round. Let's put 1 here, and let's put 1 up here, like this, and then 2 more on the second round. Let's see, I think there, and let's see, there, right behind the first one. Okay. So the one other thing I might do is come back and add an elemental for him to conjure with his spell. I might build out this stat block for the flux charger here and get a token and put it together in here. But that is, let's see, an hour and 45 minutes of dungeon prep. So I think that's good for now. I'm going to take a break, and I will probably not be streaming again today, but we'll be back tomorrow, I think, with more Satisfactory. So Gotcha and Pandian, and Jacob was here briefly. Strife was here. Who else? Joe Mako was briefly here. Thank you all for stopping by. I know this was different from what I normally do on stream, but I hope it was at least a little bit interesting, a little bit entertaining. Can you show quick and test it out if you are ready, Fullman? Sure. I mean, yeah. He basically he's gonna use his actions and maybe cast some skills, some spells, but that's the final product. I think I already showed this. I'm not sure when you wrote that comment. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again sometime. Take care and have a great Tuesday. Later.